Let's face it, it's one of the biggest questions facing humanity. We've got, is there life after death? And we've got, are we alone in the universe? And maybe a close third is, what is the true nature of reality? Beyond that, the answers to those questions are going to be paradigm shifting if we arrive at them.
And let's get to these hearings that are happening right now in D.C. What do you think prompted this move by Congress to hold these hearings now?
Well, there's an ongoing process, and I know personally all of the Congress people that are involved. I've been behind the scenes in Washington, D.C., doing a lot of work myself, and that's going to be out in my next film. But they're trying to move the ball down the court. And the problem that they're up against is that a lot of these guys that are Congress people don't have the security clearances to listen to the people that have been working inside these programs. So they all know that something's going on, but there's this bureaucratic snafu that keeps it from just being revealed. There's the people that are managing the secret that are just really hell bent on keeping it a secret. And then there's the people in Congress that only have limited powers, but they want the secrets out. We all know that the government and private industry have been involved in technology from non-human beings for years and years and years, going back since before the 40s. It's pretty much a given to anybody that studies this topic. How we get that information to the public in a way that works for all of the parties involved, that's what we're witnessing right now. And it's a very rocky road.
You don't have to give names or anything, but you said you've talked to people on Capitol Hill about this. What are some of their ideas on how this information should be released to the public?
Well, it depends on who you talk to. I have a long relationship with Congressman Tim Burchett. He thinks that we just need to roll the whole thing out. And then Kirsten Gillibrand, who is behind a couple of pieces of legislation, she understands that there is a need to blend national security and the need for some things to remain secret with the right of people to know. And so you have politicians that are all across the spectrum based on what they've been briefed on, what their levels of security are. So we have a whole gamut of actual sitting Congress people that all have from we need to get this information out in a way that works to what the ones that are proposing something called catastrophic disclosure, whether these guys working on these programs, they just come forward and they just dump the information and it would create chaos in the eyes of some. So the gambit inside the political body is pretty much the same as the gambit of people just in the general population that want these answers.
Now, for your films, who are some of the people that you've talked to, whether it's Air Force veterans or people like that?
Well, there's a huge cast in both movies, but I tried to get a good broad gamut. I had Dr. Michio Kaku, arguably one of the world's leading physicists. I had Congress people in the new film. I've got Kirsten Gillibrand, I've got Eric Burlison, I've got Tim Burchett, and others. And one of the key witnesses in both of my movies is a guy named John Alexander, Colonel John Alexander. He was involved. They made that movie Men Who Stare at Goats. He was one of the people they made it about. This guy was involved in every secret government operation involving UFOs and psi operations and exploring psychic powers. He was involved in all this stuff going way back. And so he's been a wealth of information to help us uncover some of these things from the past that are getting us to where we are now.
Getting back to these hearings a little bit, this is not the first time that this topic has come up on Capitol Hill. What do you think,
Sure.
if anything, is different this time around?
I wish I had an answer for that was positive, but frankly, I don't really see it being very different. We've got, again, nothing against the witnesses, but none of them are firsthand witnesses that can say, yes, I actually was involved in one of these programs and I worked on these craft. These are all just basically eyewitnesses with decent credentials to some sort of event. What we really need to get to is, what do we have in our possession? Who's studying it? What were the results? And so far, I know for a fact that there's people that have gone into the offices of Congress people and told some of these stories. They've gone to Arrow and told some of these stories, but they are not yet willing to come forward in a public forum and tell us the stuff we really want to know. This thing is just another group of people who say, oh yeah, I saw something. There's a whole deeper level of people that we need to get to.
If they're able to reach some type of determination one way or another, What do you think that would do for the public trust in not just science, but national security as well?
You know, that's an interesting question. It has a lot of prongs. Obviously, public trust would be out the window because of a decades-old deception that has been perpetrated on all of us, denying us not knowledge that we all deserve to have. National security, well, maybe people will say, well, yeah, it's good that they lied, and thank goodness we have this national security. But, you know, at the end of the day, humanity deserves this knowledge. Now, if the government doesn't want to talk about, well, we got this ship and we reverse engineered it and we got this classified material, that's understandable. That's national security. But are we alone in the universe? Is there non-human intelligence interacting with us? This is an answer that every human on this planet deserves to have.
And if somebody's looking for more information and maybe want to do their own research outside of these hearings, do you have maybe one or two sources that somebody should be looking into to gain more knowledge?
Sure, there's a vast resource at MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network. You can go to MUFON, MUFON.com. And there's a documentary called Accidental Truth. It's now free. You can watch it on YouTube. It's called Accidental Truth UFO Revelations. It's narrated by Matthew Modine. And it, for the layman, for somebody who doesn't know a lot about the topic, or even people that think they know a lot, this film won 28 Film Festival Awards. It's the go-to movie for people that want to get up to speed. And the sequel is coming too, and that's from MUFON Television and myself. So yeah, go watch Accidental Truth for free. You'll understand this topic a lot better.